Hello everyone, we are back. It's we're live on a Sunday. It's incredible, and not only that, we are live again with the Yoinkers. It's the second time this week, and on my side we have Eds up. How's it going?
Yo, what up? It's going all right. Yeah, we're
Alright,
we're here.
we are here exactly.
Here to cast. We're here to cast none other than Yoinkers, and it looks like they are going to be starting.
Ooh yeah.
And starting right off, we're starting with Busan downtown. We got double bubble on both sides. Looks like they're starting the engages.
Oh yeah, the monkey's going really deep in. GDB, please don't dive through that. Okay, okay, we see. They're doing a nice kind of bunker in there. Oh, and there goes GDB. And Zuko finds the kill onto Wicked. The Mist Pick's gonna be important, but now where the monkey died from the team Yoinkers, it's gonna be difficult to really hold the position. Oh, looks like they're cleaning them up now.
It was difficult. That early pick onto the main tank proved to be detrimental. And it just let the Tracer just kind of farm them up. Easy peasy. We have them taking once again the left rotation, which lets Yoinkers keep their core very safe inside, away from the Ash, away from that, keep them out of the LOS, keep them safe.
There goes the dynamite, but the nano is the more important action here, trying to somehow get Ego the Zarya with the nano Tesla cannon. It is possible. Here comes also a lot of damage from the teammates, and now the Mercy one is getting killed too. On the other side of the map, we see also some fighting happening. Well, the Bob now points daggers for a good time, I think so. Ash is also getting it pick onto Zarya, really important on. Now only the Winston and Ash with the Bob is left. Well, Bob left now, only Giddy and the Ash bad.
Ooh, that's a very, very well placed bob. Kind of forced everyone off point and basically stalled enough for enough time to make that winnable, totally winnable fight lost. It's really unfortunate. We do see a grab from uh, coming up on Ego along with the Nano and Primal, um, which we can see coming up. We can see grab Nano Winston and a massive 90 DPS cleave over the entire team.
Now we see Essex going deep into the support line, but there's like too many people to really cover them, and so Essex gets back to his back line, which is getting pressured a lot by Giddy and Zuko's Echo Winston here. Now with another ult here near the point from Brigitte, the armor's rising and only Brigitte is being grabbed. Now comes the counter grab onto Ego, who just grabbed onto them. Now with more support coming from the sides, we see some flanky heroes from each side coming into this kill box scenario they want to create, but it's just not possible.
Ooh, there we go. Finally, the point take from Yoinkers. It took a good few ults. They do have the EMP though, which could be really bad um, for Celestial over here. They do have the Bulb and the Pulse. If the Pulse could land on, Johnny Scrims taking out that Nano, that could be detrimental. But they do have the Nano going in.
Because really like tries to tickle a bit, but doesn't really commit to it. It's a bit difficult.
Unfortunate. Nano. Waiting for his opportunity.
Oh, with the
There it
MP,
is.
they're gonna shred the Half-Life Zarya. Now let's get another one here. Maybe the Mercy, maybe the Winston. A lot of targets that are maybe good to focus on. But with that, Essex finds the counter Zuko. Zuko was left the only one from the whole committed attack and had no support by the tank line. Also, Johnny Scrims is being killed by the DPS, and now there's the monkey from Giddy trying to somehow hold the point a bit longer, being slapped but still bubbled. He is still alive, and with the Brigitte, they are maybe able to hold a bit longer with the heal output. But it's really getting close. The grab might be the only chance really somehow to get the point. There's one kill, but now it's a 3v1 situation, maybe with the help of the Anna on the other side. But it's not really possible. There is a kill from Johnny Scrims though, but it's not enough.
That is unlucky. That's oof. That was rough. When it comes to the engages, they just every time, and GDB just didn't really get a good engage. He couldn't go in. He couldn't get as many picks as he'd probably like. Even on that EMP, he he got pressured early and wasn't able to make the most of it. And with the nano, it just ended up kind of being wasted by him sitting in, and they just he didn't get the right opportunity. Um, and you know, ended them not really taking very many fights, which is quite unfortunate.
It really indeed is. Right, let's see what's going on in the chat. We see already 2 people here cheering. That's nice. It's always nice. Love it. Right. Okay, I think the match is also about to start. Not sure. The Yoinkers really seem to be ready really fast. On waiting here for the Celestial Anguish to be ready and show their next moves.
So yeah, once again we have Basan Mecha base. We do see both teams running kind of a, you know, a mirror Kree Diva, Kree May Kree Rush, and we see the initial engage.
Oh, there's an attempt to ward somebody off. It's not gonna get anyone now. Well, could be maybe sees a good opportunity to push, but no, they're getting pushed now. There's really deep moves coming in. There's a flush into E6, maybe gets enough damage onto him while he's stunned. There's a freeze into Ego. The Mace are really trying to get any target. There's another wall attempt coming from the Celestials, but now really the more important thing is Johnny Scrims gets the final blow into Essex with the help of his Baptiste ult. Somebody's touching the point, like, oh no, the Diva player needs to somehow contest a bit, just for a bit, while Johnny Scrims and Giddy going for like 2v2 or 2v3 situation. Iroh finds the kill onto Brigitte with a high noon. A bit of work later, we see the point is being captured by the Yoinkers, but maybe not for long. There's still a 3v3 situation near the point, maybe 4v3 with Johnny Scrims. Now there's a kill, there's another one. On both sides, only a Rhino and Lucius somehow is trying to stay alive. But it's kind of stagger themselves at this point.
That's some very solid gameplay from Yoinkers. They just, you know, they held it out, they waited until they finally got that opportunity, that one wall, they were able to take out Essex. And, you know, that gave them the opening to go on the rest of the team. Someone tried to backcap, but Hayes did go down and contest them, and Yoinkers managed to just clean up the rest of the kills and get a solid clear. They do have 6 ultimates on their side. We could see anything. You know, it's...
There's one older Shatter trying to get some, but there is not really the force of Yoinkers coming in onto the Celestials to get the kills. But now with some precise headshots coming from Johnny Scrims, there's the first DPS dead. And there is the try with the Diva Bomb, but Giddy doesn't really get the shield completely around it, so he gets killed by it, and with that also Brigitte with now shields protecting her. Now the Yoinkers need to play it clever. They've got some people being dead, and there's some people being walled off. King Raptor goes for a high noon, or it's just shielding an immortal field, just keeping everyone alive. There's the kill onto the mech, as Hayes is gonna lose it here. Giddy is being pinned, but the mortal field is keeping him alive without problems. There's somebody freezed, and another one is being killed, like 2 in 1 hammer swing. Giddy goes for the triple with it. Iroh finds the kill onto Johnny Scrims, and there goes Diva with a kill onto Brigitte's. Onto Brigitte's Lucio. There's a shadow only finding Giddy to the ground. Essex tries to do something. I mean, at least a touch. There are 3 people coming near the point of the Celestial, but it's not enough because the May ult just gets everyone with it within the range, and also the damage output from Yoinkers is just enough to get them without problems. Just a little stagger, and that should be it. Or maybe another stagger. The ball.
You see a lot of stalls coming. Oh, Sombra. Ooh, no, he gets walled off. That was very clean from Yoinkers. They used their ults. They rotated them very effectively. You know, they got the value. You know, when it came to Celestial Anguish, they did get that slight opening. They did, you know, take out GDB and I believe it was Zuko with that that one Diva bomb, but they weren't able to follow up on it properly. They took too long, and because of that, you know, Brigitte was able to come in, you know, get that beat, you know, they used their ultimates and they stalled the fight for long enough to get their main tank back, and from there it was just it was just a matter of getting enough the ultimates to kind of just take the fight back to retake, and because of that slow take from Celestial, that allowed them to take the point, and from there on it was just a matter of cleanup.
Hmm. Well, at the end, it's all about the strats and the execution, also called playing the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I'm really good with words, like just like you're seeing here, English
Yeah.
first language, totally true.
It's a very confusing language. I don't know why this is the most universal language. It sucks, to be honest. Uh,
I don't know.
yeah.
Have you ever heard about the German grammar?
John Grammar.
The German grammar.
Oh, German grammar. No,
It's
I
it's
haven't.
horrible. You don't want to go through that. Hello, mommy.
isn't there-
1 in a million? Or I always forget how many zeros there are.
That is 1 million. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 million. 1M.
There are some good jerseys. That is
Some good
true.
jerseys. Yeah, damn. Just let me. Hey, where do we have the link for it? I mean, we always need to be prepared somewhere.
But it does look like we are starting on Basan Sanctuary. We have Yoinkers running a Rhine Rush with the the Sombra Reaper and the Moira, whereas we have we already get our first pick.
Oh damn, they're going in now with a lot of damage. There's isn't really a main tank that's really supporting the Celestials to not take too much damage, so they try to brawl in here, the Yoinkers. Only the ball a bit annoying in the back, but now where they're first focusing it, they get the main tank Essex. There, Wicked tries to do some wicked stuff, but it's not really working out with a Brigitte in a 1v5 situation. Diva's being crushed by Zuku's shotgun, and so did Zenyatta. It's only somebody a bit tickling on the point, and that's it.
That's a very unfortunate choice of team comp for Celestial. They did, they've got this Hammond Diva dive, kind of hybrid with the Ashe, Zen, and the Brig. I think their goal is trying to get a backline, but with this comp, they're gonna be together. They're death while they're rushing together, and they've got that close range potential. So you don't really want to.
And there we see Yoinkers was being pressured a bit, but now with the EMP they had another chance to get something out, and the bomb got the mag, and that was an important pick. Iroh though gets the counter pick in terms of DPS lineup. Zuko just being shotted to death by the Ash Cannon. King Raptor finds the kill onto the Tracer though, and now they even in terms of DPS line. Essex goes in, makes the final blow onto the ulting Lucio, but still, not only that, he gets also the Diva completely, also with the mech and the baby Diva. There's an ult, try to zone a bit, but everyone can hide. Tracer tries to make some damage output, but it's not really enough. On the point is still for the team Yoinkers, and they keep it up with just 2 people at the point. It's the Rhino Lucy just making the job. Now where John Scrims came back, is being killed, and now it's really difficult for the team Yoinkers because also Lucio died and they have no support. It's just 2 tanks. They can hold for a bit, but the percentages are going down and like higher and higher. That's a good thing, but not for a long time now. Maybe another stagger hero could arrive soon, but it just takes too long.
79%. Yeah, that was a very hectic and messy fight on both sides, but it looks like Celestial were able to take that out. They were able to get the backline and then force Yoinkers to just kind of play it safe, try not just get pegged, stall it out as much. We do see a shatter coming from GDB.
Oh, that was a nice solo shatter onto Wicked, but he's gonna instantly being punished by this attempt, and Iroh gets the kill after it. There's a double kill from Eagle, getting Johnny Scrims and Brigitte. That's just both supports. It is still somehow
managed to retake the point though.
I mean, the 3K Bob.
That's a nice 4% for Yoinkers there. They do have the EMP ready though, the EMP bomb. Ooh, but King Raptor gets picked. Unfortunate. And the EMP bomb is within their arsenal. They can use it, and there's a high chance they will use it. They don't really have a, you know, Celestial don't really have a counter for it that really, other than just staying out of line of sight. Just since Trans is weak to that burst damage. So let's see how this goes. We do have the minefield. Essex might try to split them apart. The Trace, Shemble with the Schmemble with the pulse bomb might look. He could be looking for it. Here comes the minefield.
Oh yeah, the Yoinkers were going with a huge rotation, but it's not really worth that much because we see a double kill from Iron with a headshot. Also, Zuka's being killed by the minefield. We see some some attempts in this at the pulse bomb at least. Doesn't get one.
Ooh. Yeah, that's an insane eat from Hayes onto Schmemble's pulse bomb, but GDB's running for it. He will make it for this touch.
There's the Bob, there's also Zuko ulting in the back, getting 2 people, that's important. But getting killed by the Zenyatta 2, Ike finds the kill as at the end. Hayes also gets the kill onto A6 on the Bob left the point, but the point was captured before, so it doesn't really does that much for the Team Celestial now. It's the time is running. They really need to get some more touches, the Team Celestial. If not, it's gonna be over.
Ooh, that was a very nice and clean retake from Yoinkers. They just went in. Zuko just assassinated 2 people on the left, on wall side, and then it was just a matter of cleaning up all the targets of the EMP from Yoinkers, and they will be taking that map. Very nice gameplay from Yoinkers, and very clean retake. Once again, Yoinkers showing their speed, their haste, and just, getting in, getting what they need to do done, in time to read. Like, that was a very, difficult situation. They had to switch up the ball, which isn't, exactly what they'd like to run in that comp. It's all about, rushing onto their main tank and, kind of like assassinating the enemy main tank or the enemy front line in general. But switching to the ball changes that up, and the fact that they were to just pull that off, use the ults effectively, is impressive. It's very well played from Yoinkers, because the comp was not built around that ball, but some well-timed ultimates, some well thought out plays allowed them to retake and take that map.
Alright, I heard it. There did you hear it? It's the analyzer ads up coming from the Team Yoink Attack. It's Paul, isn't it? We're gonna go into a little be right back screen, but we're gonna be right back in a minute. I'll hope you stay tuned.
Alright, we're back here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. We have um, Yoinkers running the blue box dive with the Ana set up at the back. They do have a McCree though, which is he's gonna be kind of bodyguarding the Ana, whereas Celestial are running a double bubble, kind of spam hybrid with the Ash. I see both teams kind of just taking it slow, you know, looking for that opportunity, getting that poke damage, building their ults. They want to, you know, especially on dive, but especially on for Celestial on double bubble, they want to play for that nano. They want to play for that grav. They want to play for that rally. Those are the primary ults. You want to get them in, and yeah. And those ults will allow them to, you know, create an opportunity for them to, you know, execute a hard dive.
There's the first nano. KDB is being now near the point. Maybe tries to go here. He goes near the Ana. If they get the Ana, that's like a huge pick to really secure some huge things. Zuko here with the Winston Echo copy and the ultimate to with the monkey ult. He's just going in and getting 3 kills.
All right, fair enough. Zuko once again popping off on the Echo. It's nothing new, as we have seen on Thursday, I believe. That's insane. Essex does jump off to kind of reset his position. Here we have the high note. We're not sitting on too many like initiating ultimates on Yoinkers. We do have the bomb and the high noon, but we are lacking that crucial nano boost. Oh, your pause coming. All right, interesting.
That's not like the best situation to have a pause. I mean, we see GDB just diving in onto the Brigadier.
Yeah, GDB is waiting for his
mid dive, yeah.
Yeah, mid dive.
Cringe.
Coward dive. Yeah. Although, yeah, we do have the graph from Ego, which could be detrimental for GDB. Big int.
Okay. But at the moment, the Celestial maybe didn't really went this far, and they just started for some tickling here and there to grind those ults. But now they're up with 4 ultimates.
Yeah.
There's some.
Even the Sorrels, they have the rally, which is, you know, they have the rally, they have the grab. Those are the ults they need to get in. They can use either one, and kind of just get that opportunity. You know, the rally providing a lot of, you know, that armor, that high sustainability, that especially against the enemy Winston, especially against the enemy Zarya with the left clicks, you know, especially against that Tracer, it's gonna be, wrong team. Especially against the enemy Winston, the enemy Diva, that's gonna be very difficult for them to you know, deal damage to this Winston, which will mean that, you know, he's gonna have an easier time getting that you know, correct dive.
Oh, damn. There we see, first of all, our dear Oof in the chat saying hello there. General Kenobi is my answer to that. And Mac Long Long coming in with some nice screaming yoinkers. And with the, I would say, daily bit he's spending to the channel. Is this getting a meme somehow? Like,
I guess so.
If we were gonna make a bingo for our streams, we're definitely gonna have Mac Long Long spending one bit to the channel.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hey, one day maybe. Okay. So from that, what we saw now from Celestial Anguish, they're trying to generate their ultimates a lot, not going for those. Maybe they went for some hard initiation and so on, but they still have enough ultimates to go for now. Oh, the game is starting. It's going really fast now. We see GDB mid dive. There he goes. It's being grabbed instantly. It looks like they made a plan up for him.
Yeah, he didn't last very long with that.
There was a huge flashbang come from King Raptor, so Essex can't dive them instantly now. Now there he goes for it, but he's being really crossfired by the Steven off in the back. Miss it, joins the high ground, gets Zuko on that. There is a try to get the pulse bomb down, but it doesn't connect to anyone. Probably a stun, or I don't know what happened, because somehow Miss it just moved on, and it just... well, Miss it at the end just still dies. King Raptor is holding the high ground. Arrow finds the snipe kill onto Johnny Scrims, and with that they have not enough support. Well, with the revive, they are again able to hold the high ground, I think.
That was interesting. I think that was quite an unfortunate pause. They had enough time to kind of, you know, figure out what they need to do against this monkey. I'm sure it would have already been kind of an easy decision to just grab the monkey, but here we go. We have another dive coming in. And the nano hitting GDB.
Starting the nano hero. Well, they at the end. I don't know what that much to cast about. They're just holding it with the nano.
Fair enough. I mean, that nano it pressured them all the way back, so I guess it worked out in their favor. We do see Miss It here, set up on the right side, ready to, you know, to converge in with his monkey.
Well, that was a try of Essex to get on the high ground, but you have like 5 people sitting there. You can't just do that. Instantly stunned and smashed with the rockets of Diva.
That is the main tank life. Just getting that all that CC, just getting melted the moment you try to make an opportunity, make space. You see GDB once again holding that corner. Oh, he doesn't drop down. We do have the nano from Aku, which will hit Essex.
There's the nano monkey securing the kill onto Johnny Scrims. While that is happening, we see Altazuga and GDB, 2 monkeys, because of the Aku copy, diving their high ground. Now we see GDB being killed by Wicked. Missed it somehow, kills himself with the pulse bomb. Missed finds the kill onto Zuko. The Aku should probably be higher there, but Wicked still gets the Zuko Aku somehow.
Right, that's a bit of an unfortunate pulse bomb from Miss It. I guess you could say he missed it, or the.
You just got the best player, you know. You just killed the best player. That's
once again, we have the nano monkey from GDB jumping in on the rally, which is quite unfortunate.
Oh, with the nano, he only survives closely. Maybe see, no, at the end he really dies. High Noon doesn't kill anyone, but still we make some intimidation at near this point. We see the Zuko and Brigitte somehow able to stay alive a bit, but that's a win now.
Yeah, that's a bit of an unlucky dive. You know, diving right into a break, rallying. That always hurts. You know, that armor gain is just gonna make all the damage Winston does basically worthless. It's gonna be very difficult to dive that one. We are in a severe drought for ults from Yoinkers. They have nothing. They're coming in with 2 switches to the Ashe and the Tracer, which, you know, doesn't help their situation. They need to play it slow. They need to build that nano. GDB needs to do some tactical feeding.
There, Essex jumps also in the backline, finds the kill onto sniping Zuko. Now Hayes gets the counter kills onto Zara and the Brigitte. It looks like they are having an advantage now in this fight. And the last one here, the Anna in the backline, is being killed too.
Ooh, that was a very well executed dive. You know, they know that the monkey's not gone. They went right back in. Yoinkers went in and took that opportunity to kind of just eliminate the rest of Essex's team. We do have Johnny Scrims coming close to the nano. We can see that coming in. You have a Haze near the bomb, which could be used as a very effective zoning tool if that bubble is being used. If he sees those people in the backline being out of position and just being left alone.
And we see GDB try to go into them, but at counter he needed to step back, and then now left just lets him stay alive. After Essex dives now in, gets the counter picks, maybe he tries to do something, but the heal output from Brigitte and Johnny Scrims towards themselves is just too high. The double supporter doing good jobs and forces the Celestis to get bit back now. Oh, GDB still is in there. The pulse bomb is also being casted on him, but the monkey ult is perfectly as a counter and he survives with it. Now the D-bomb zones a bit and gets the monkey kill, the main tank pick. That's important for GDB really to get in without having the fear that his backline is being pressured too high by the Celestials.
That's a very good play from Hayes, noticing that the monkey bubble is used and they don't really have too much to go against that Diva Bomb, just, you know, kind of chucking it in there and getting that massive pick onto the main tank. They do, although Ego is holding onto a grab, which could be detrimental for GDP if he decides to jump, and here we can see it. He gets eliminated.
The 2 picks are really a good advantage now for the Celestials to push here for. But somehow they still need to get on high ground because there are 2 supports sitting there, not only helping out a lot for their team, but maybe also knowing with some huge anti-nades from Johnny Scrims. There's 2 people being antied. Their dive now from the monkey being nanoed. Iro's really getting pressured too hard and Zuko finds the final blow on him. The Tree Diva also saves maybe Zuko for some seconds, but the damage output come from Ego is just too much. Being nanoed on the other side, the Johnny Scrims gets the kill onto Ego himself now, and there's a try from both sides. Miss it somehow gets the body like with a straight ability. The kill.
You see the nano break. Yeah, we got a new main tank going. GDB coming back. This could be a very, you know, this is very winnable for Yoinkers. They just have to get the right target focus. They just have to, you know, take out the right targets and work together. For every respawn the enemy has, they have 2, but it looks like they won't be able to pull it off, which is quite unfortunate.
Okay, like, you will probably call me crazy, but I just saw in the kill feeder bug about the ability that actually killed, I don't know if, I think it was the mech. Tracer somehow got this, that there was a symbol of this, how is this move called from Hammond when he like slams into the ground?
Drive?
No, when he slams into the, is this pile drive?
Yeah, it's this pile drive.
Slam. I thought it was the grappling hook. Oh,
wait.
Okay. No,
wait, the slam is the pile drive. The grappling hook is grappling.
Okay, so how did the Tracer get a pile drive?
It
was there.
I don't know if it did. I mean, I'd have to look back over. I don't think I remember seeing that. You might have just seen, you know, Tracer get killed by a pile drive. I don't know. It's just seems a bit unlikely, you know.
Yes, really. I'm gonna clip it later and send it to you.
Fair enough.
I mean, sometimes we have those kind of kill feed bugs, I think, where I don't know, maybe you saw those clips on Fresh Nuts or New Panther where you have like abilities making a kill that doesn't make sense because the heroes casting this ability are actually able to cast those abilities.
I don't know, personally, I mean, I've not been playing Overwatch for too long. I don't think I've ever seen that. The only time you really see that is on like a Genji deflect or something. Seeing a Genji High Noon and McCree is always a good sight to behold. But here we have both teams running double bubble mirror actually. And once again, you know, they're gonna have to play it slow, you know, play for those ultimates, look for those opportunities.
Oh, that's a huge anti-net. GDP goes and gets the kill onto Aku. The Ana is down. There were so many other targets being low, but there's not enough support for GDP to stay there long enough. The DPS output is just too high at the moment. But now, when they see a full 4-man team going through the bridge and diving them now, there's try from GDP, but not really getting enough damage onto them.
That is a massive anti-nade from Johnny Scrims, and just the opportunity they needed to kind of you know, execute that dive, and that also does mean that they're going to be offset on both Anas are going to be very offset on their nano boost charge. Johnny Scrims already has it, whereas Aku is not even half. You know, it's besides the pulse bomb, they're not really close to any ultimates. All Yoinkers have to do is really kind of just go in with a nano, you know, get a pick, you know, this could be huge.
Oh, that was try from Mr. to get deep in and get the pulse bomb somehow. He's at the moment charging. Now getting in with the nano and the monkey ult. Try to get the Ana as fast as possible, but the Brigade is just too early into this on this counter fight and just protecting the Ana good enough. Brigida finds the final blow onto S6 with no main tank troubling the back line. GDB can go in with having no worries at all and getting maybe some kills secured, but that's the graph getting King Raptor and GDB. Zuko gets the kill onto the squishy miss it on the back line. And only Hayes is being left alive, but it just the support can't support him anymore at this point.
Ooh, that's very unfortunate. For Yoinkers, that nano Zarya, being high charge nano is just deadly. She melts people, and just with that grav, adding that extra DPS onto the grav, it's never hurts.
And
Do you see
there's
the
the
bob
Bob.
coming from Zuko?
It's pushing the pillar, but just a bit. It can't really get it to the end because of the sleeve, and also Essex is sitting now on it. Now GDB gets enough pressure onto the support line. But there's anti-natal to him. He just can't do anything when he's antied.
It's a really well placed anti from Aku. And that's gonna have to force Yoinkers to kind of fall back, retreat. All they have to do is win one fight to get this cap. And they do have the ultimates to do so. They just need to see the right, you get that opportunity. He's gonna. It's very difficult to dive Aku in the back, especially with the protection that they have. With the Brig and the Ash.
So now the monkey, which is being grabbed here. Let's see if he survives. He's being bubbled, and now he goes for the monkey ult, perfectly timed. So there is really the monkey ult being used as much as possible. He creates a lot of space, zones them out, and while he's doing that, we see King Raptor finding the kill onto the monkey at the end. Zuko gets a headshot onto the Zarya after the Kirby gets another melee kill, and it's going onto the Ana, the Aku player.
That was a very good dive. Essex, that was also a bit of a slight misplay on Essex as far. He kind of overstayed his welcome with the monkey primal. I know that feeling, just being, you press Q and suddenly you feel invincible, but he's still very much killable. And Yoinkers proved that, and took him out of the fight, which was a massive pick for them, and that just allowed them to kind of just clean up from there on out. Celestial is looking very dry on ults, but we do have an early pick from Missid onto King Raptor.
Yeah, with the Tracer kill, they might now have to try something. The draft gets 2 tanks on the bridge, finding the kill onto Hayes with a nice headshot from Iroh. While if the target's being grabbed, it's pretty easy to get the headshots onto them. Also, Iroh finds the kill onto Zuko and Brigida. Those heads are by far more difficult to head because those are moving, trying to move into the Celestials, but they're just being countered by those precise headshots and DPS work from the Team Celestial.
Those are some good shots from Iroh, just deleting Brigida and I believe King Raptor or Zuko. Sorry, I've already forgotten. That's not a good sign. Although it do have the nano boost from Aku. Probably they're just looking to cast it, just waiting to farm it. King Raptor falls early.
There's a try of Gibby to get Iroh. Iroh is not a line of sight of the spot, so he gets the kill onto it. Ego finds the kill onto 2 people now from the Team Yoinkers. That secures him a lot. Only the Bob there causing some damage, but only damage so the Team Yoinkers can back off.
That's really unfortunate. They even invested Bob into that fight, but it just didn't like they were just countered by one primal rage, and now the Celestial sitting on 4 ults. They go 45 seconds, probably 1.5 fight really, maybe even just a single fight. They're already engaging with a nano monkey.
Oh yeah, there was also Pulse Bomb being really close to really getting someone. There's Straw of Essex, but he's stuck in the room with a lot of players. But his Tesla kind of just getting enough value there. Even though it was being close because of all those damage coming from those heroes, he was being stuck at just enough, and the time was just being in favor for him.
Yeah, that was this is gonna be hard. They're having the swaps come in. Or do they? No, they don't actually. They already have the Tracer to touch, and they're gonna have to invest a lot of ultimates just to win this fight.
Yeah, 2 ultimates.
They are under pressure. They have to stay on point. They have to get that fight on point. Does look like they're gonna get 3 picks, which makes it very from here it's just cleanup.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Let's just hope for the Yoinkers and actually for the viewers to get some more entertainment. But they're gonna get maybe another fight or actually maybe pushed into actually pushed uh, till the match point is reached. So
Ooh.
so much time.
Looks like we're gonna have an overtime fight. This doesn't look great. They don't have too many ultimates. Although we do see Iroh swap to the Doomfist.
There's a try. There's a lot of damage to the Message from the side. Message gets the pulse bomb in time, but not touching anyone with it. It just secures no kill.
Yeah, that is a valiant effort from Miss It, but unfortunately, once again, they did miss it. So yeah, we're sitting on a nano here with Aku, which could be well timed, well placed, could be just the end of Yoinkers. Uh, Again, a nano from Johnny Scrims. Same case, that's all they need is that opportunity, and it looks like Iroh has created that with that massive pick onto Zuko.
Looks like the headshot from Ira is more worth than the headshot from the Ash. The King Raptor has also a duo, like a 1v1 situation with all the Tracer. Essex zones a bit more, and Ira, whoa! His headshots, even on the squishy.
Disgusting headshots onto the DPS of Yoinkers. It looks like they're gonna have one more fight. We got a GDB with the early pick onto Wicked, massive. They no longer have that bodyguard for the Ana, which means he's gonna be able to just go in there, baits
So
at the sleep.
on both sides, the monkeys try to do some work, but only GDB really achieves 2 kills at the end. Johnny Scrims also gets the kill onto the diving monkey that just bothered them a long time. GDB also already stands there near the spawn of the Celestials. With the help also of King Raptor and the team here coming to them, they really having enough damage to really protect them from the incoming heroes. Now there's a Graf holding GDB to the point, so he just downed C9. And Igor here, the Zarya, is being grabbed too, and with that crushed by King Raptor. The Monkey Aztec still just jumping around, trying to get some more slams and some damage with it. But the jump back kill is just not really the possible thing in this scenario, because there's just too much armor created by Brigitte, and that's it.
Yeah, that's a good fight from Yoinkers. They kept up in that overtime battle. They kept that target focus and made sure they didn't get to win that staggered fight, because one well placed ultimate, once again, one respawn for Celestial is one respawn for Yoinkers is 2 for Celestial, and it's not a great situation to be in, but they can make the most of it if played properly. So yeah.
Well, yeah.
Very good dives, very good plays, a very fair fight there. Yoinker's barely pulling it through with the 2 overtime battles, 3. So well played.
Well, it looked a bit, at least on the second point, to be back and forth. Actually, also on the first point, going with pretty similar moves, not really getting a more special situation. Only in the last fights of the map points, we saw something more special and creative. But before that, it was more like grinding those ultimates and going for the same moves. Look if it works this time out. Just like a little puzzle of this whole puzzling, throwing at the enemies and maybe getting a win. There's some puzzles pieces seemed to be changed. Probably I'm just going really for follows of really strange, I would assume, with those explanations. But I think I still can get the transition to the next map we're gonna play. It's Eichenwalde.
Here we go. I'm not good enough to pronounce it properly. I don't have the ability to pronounce it properly, so I'm just gonna call it Eichenwald.
Eichenwalde.
But yeah, the map of Reinhardt himself, and it does look like both teams are going to run some kind of Reinhardt-based composition. Looks like we do have a Diva, which means we could be seeing some rush comms. And we have the Mei Hanzo from Celestial. I mean, they don't have that McCree, they don't have that Oh wait, no, I take that back. They do have the Makery.
Ooh.
Don't?
Oh.
I don't know. I think it's a bit too early to decide. Um, yeah, it looks like both teams are going to be running some sort of brawl variant. This is a very good map for Doomfist. There is quite a few rollouts that you can get. That kind of get that max seismic slam damage and assassinate someone early. Um, very reasonable. Yeah, and as some of us may have seen earlier in Owl, we did see, I believe it was Dallas Fuel run a Doomfist on King's Row, which was interesting. The Doomfist over the McCree was an interesting decision, but they did manage to make it work very well. So yeah, who knows?
Also, just so everyone out there knows why we still have a score of 1-0 to Celestial Anguish. We got a draw on the last map, even though you normally can't really draw. Well, in theory, on a on a payload map on Escort. So it's still a 1-0. I mean, Adsep still has the story.
It is in fact possible to draw on payload. It requires both teams not moving the payload at all, which is something me and a couple of friends did have to find out the hard way. It's an interesting story. We started off in a competitive game, and we had a lever, and then the enemy team had this really nice player who was like, "Yo, I can leave to make it fair," which it's like you shouldn't end up doing because you will also get levers on your side, and no, you can't guarantee that the enemy is gonna leave. So this nice person did leave and try to make the fight fair, and then for some reason more players from their team left, so it did end up being like a 5v3 for whatever reason, even though it was totally winnable on their part. And so what we did was we were like, okay, if we draw twice, if we push the payload to the end twice, then surely we can draw. So we pushed it to the end. We pushed it to the end and basically found out that the only way to draw is leave the payload and not get it to move anywhere. But enough about me. More about this. We do have Yoinkers on the double bubble comp with a pharmacy, so they're opting for that kind of spam hybrid.
A huge nano coming in that really needs to back off. Now, but the really part of the really team backing off is now the Yoinkers. There's a brawl with the Ryan that's really being crucial for the double bubble if not played right. So let's see how it works out. There's a huge anti getting 2 kills with the Getty just gets the Tesla coming onto there, another one, and the fourth one, and the Diva Maker's being broken too. We see a 6k from caused by the whole team of the Yoinkers.
That is an absolutely beautiful anti from Johnny Scrims, catching 5 people. Just masterful Ana gameplay there. Just seeing that opening, just taking it and basically just winning an entire fight without having to invest like anything but really just a cooldown. Here we have Celestial swap from the Rhine composition to a double bubble with the Ash Echo, Ash Mercy and Tracer. Sorry.
Let's try with the Nano to get the Mercy. The Mercy now can't reach anyone. It should be well. Alright, we see Zuko near the point getting a barrage kill. Also can wrap the headshot onto the Essex. But what you just saw with KDB getting the pressure onto the opponent's Mercy, well, the Mercy couldn't stay alive anymore after all this pressure and the booping, but KDB jumping off is...
That's a bit, it's a bit of an interesting play. Though we have got the high noon and we're coming very close to a graph from Hayes, which could be fight winning if they do catch that monkey, they catch that main tank, or they catch the core. Either way, that could be detrimental for Celestial because they are nowhere near the grav, but they do have their nano and their pulse.
And KDB is being shredded from 2 sides. Misfits finds the kill onto him and King Raptor here with the kill onto Zarya. Misfits finds the kill onto Johnny Scrimson, a really important one now. Without the Ana, they don't have the anti-nades really needed to somehow get this fight reverse sweep, but it just looks like Celestial got this point now with 5 people on the point.
That's a really unlucky pick onto Hayes just early, taking him out of the fight and him not being able to, farm his ult and use it to win the fight. And it's a good pick from Celestial switching to the Echo, switching Iroh to the Echo to kind of counter that pharmacy. And we do see Zuko switch to the Echo as well. You know, yeah,
Oh,
here we
there's
go.
the Graf getting the Zara, which is not really on the right position. With this one kill in favor, they're gonna push now. Zuko finds the kill onto Mercy, which is really important here in this scenario. Zuko maybe on the 1v1 situation or get some sticky, but it's not really getting the final kill. But so did the Iroh Echo, which is going insane. After that, we see 2 kills being cast by Giddy and King Raptor, securing the fight now.
Yeah, it was that was a very, very well spotted opportunity from Hayes. He just saw the Zarya out of position, just boom, pressed Q, secured that kill, and from there on out, it's it's just an easy endeavor taking out the rest of the team. Although we do see Celestial with 5, almost 6 ultimates. This could go either way. We could see a grab coming. We can see a grab pulse. We can see a grab nano monkey.
And
But we do see 3, 4 ults invested from Celestial.
King Raptor does to do something with the high noon, but it's not really that doing that much. We see Iroh popping off 2 kills in a row. Brigitte gets the kill onto Hayes with the double tank position they are playing now. Here on the bridge, they might have enough damage output towards this monkey diving in. It's not really that much, so they're backing off, and Iroh finds still the kill onto King Raptor's McCree. Giddy being in a bad position, not really any heal coming through this barrier from the once Giddy is being killed. While the Team Celestial, with the Echo Monkey, they still have another tank in either point besides Hayes. So they're a whole bit longer, a bit more far away of the Yoinkers, so the Yoinkers can start it up again. There's another push from Giddy again. He's back, and with the Nano, he pushes the backline more and more, so the Yoinkers might have a bigger chance to get anyone near the point because of this push on the backline. But it's just not enough.
That was interesting. Yeah, we saw 4 ults being used from Celestial at the same time, which is kind of just way too much pressure for Yoinkers, and understandably so. But it's a bit odd. We saw that Zuko come in with that early copy before his main tank was back, which might have just unnecessarily just staggered the fight and not allowed them. They didn't have a proper regroup, and it just it didn't let them kind of retake the fight. So you see GDB switch to the Rhine. And there I get an early pick with that fire strike, and yeah.
Another one. Even the Mercy.
Yeah, but we see GDB switch to the Rhine and Zuko switch to the Mei. There's a more
Another
traditional
one!
And GDB out here with the snipes. Just yeeting his fire strikes into the spawn, getting picks left and right. Continuously staggering the fight, which is huge. They note, Yoinkers have noted Ego out of position, and he is dead. He's not gonna last. We see the grab come in from Hayes, and
Damn.
That's a devastating misplay from Ego. Yoinkers noticed them being out of position, and they took full advantage. They just rushed onto him, eliminated them, grabbed the rest of his team, and there wasn't much to be done against it. So that's just a free fight for Yoinkers. They do have the Shatter and the Nano.
But the first one's gonna be the Echo, and now the Graph is gonna get everyone in there. And this 1 kill, 3 kills, 4. That's the whole team, actually, I think.
That was just clean. Alright, you see a missed switch to the McCree and immediately just farm. As unlucky, Iroh just unable to kind of channel that Shatter completely.
And now with the Shatter getting 2 people to the ground, Giddy with the Nano maybe tries to get someone, but there was a bit on the way, and also there's another Rhines being Nano, the S6, molesting his backline. With the pin perfectly executed onto the S6, they can now finally push again because there's no main tank player really getting this last.
You see Aku just run into their team, no holds barred. Absolutely no fear.
Is it sniping Zuko again from this door?
Yeah, Zuko with the nutty 1-taps. Looks like yeah, looks like Celestial's gonna rotate right side, avoid that spam. Zuko seems to be a deadly force to be reckoned with, even at long range with the Mei right clicks.
There with the high news, something might be possible. GDB is being killed by it. The mortal field lamp is just enough to hold it back, but now, why it is gone and the male is just gonna freeze everyone. They're killing one by
Yeah,
another.
very well timed mail. You know, just getting the mail in the short range and just ending them right there and then. Um, I don't know. That's some very interesting play from Celestial. Ego being caught out not once but twice in the wrong position, and Yoinkers just taking advantage of that and just wiping him out really, giving Yoinkers the advantage for multiple fights here, and Zuko with the headshots just forcing Celestial to take that right side rotation that with that the smaller choke was just gave Zuko that free blizzard pressure, even though Iroh had taken out GDB on the Rhine. That was very good use of ults and noticing the situation when the fight is lost, when it's won or winnable in this case. So yeah, very. That's as we can see, Hayes, or it looks like at least, the Yoinkers have that keen eye for seeing if for exploiting the opponent's mistakes, and overall just very well played. I don't know, some weak gameplay from Ego, I have to say. Although I don't know if there's a bit of miscommunication going on or what, but he always seems to be chilling, away from his team, which is just quite unfortunate, really. It's unlucky. But here we have Celestial opting for the Orisa Ball. Interesting, interesting decision. We have them opting for the kind of the spammy comp of the ball. It's not something you see every day, really. I think he might. I think the strat here is probably to take advantage of the fact that Johnny Scrims is on his own. He doesn't really have the same protection as they are lacking the brig and the team comp. Ego getting dangerously low.
Oh, we see Ego being shredded a bit by the King Raptors blasters on Tracer. Also, going to be standing on the high ground, troubling a bit the whole team, and just the damage up from the side of Zuko. Just
Some very good playing. Yeah, that was a very well executed dive from Yoinker, just going in, countering that the kind of bunker spam from Celestial. They didn't stand a chance. Base rules of Overwatch, the three type of team comms. Dive counter spam, which counters brawl, which counters dive. And it looks like yeah, that's a very good example of what we saw here. Lucy King Raptor sitting on the ooh, it's a clean headshot from Myra onto Johnny Scrims.
And we see two more kills following, and also Hayes being killed by him. Following? Okay.
I think he tried to just reset and notices the second one. King Raptor does still invest the pulse bomb, which is an interesting decision. But it is one of those ults you can just kind of spam as much as you like. But here we have Yoinkers coming up on 4 ults. We already have 3. GDB being dangerously low and the Bob being sent out.
With Bob not really doing anything, being in the wrong on the wrong corner, Zuko is trying to do a lot with the monkey ult now after securing the kill onto Aku. Iroh finds again a squishy headshot. I'm finishing a kill onto the Tracer, but the Tracer's being revived. Now also the Haze getting the kill onto the Winston. That might be a good opportunity to push even more and more. Ego on the high ground. Let's try Azaria. Tries to somehow support the Aku Anna. They only left once together with the Tracer, but even the Tracer Mizzet is being killed. But now with the kill onto the Anna and maybe some good dives, we see no supports from Yoinkers are alive anymore. Giddy and Zuko being graphed on the bridge, on the ground to graph onto Essex at the payload. We see 2 grabs, but only the one from the Yoinkers are making the point really moving after all. Whoa, no. Anyway, they seem to have the point again under control, the Team Celestial.
That was a bit of a messy fight. We saw a lot of ults being invested, 2 grabs, which didn't really get that much value. And again, the fight before, we did see, you know, Yoinkers use again 4 ultimates, which didn't, you know, it barely really resulted in them winning the fight. It was a very messy fight. Once again, we have Celestial looking very dry on ults. We got 2 picks already.
Yeah, we see 2 snipers, one of them to support Anna, and there's another one onto Zarya. Gibby and Zuko and Hayes are just diving onto them. How is this possible? There was some more attempts. Maybe getting the Tracer here too, being the recall. No recall left. There's a copy from Zuko to the Tracer, getting the kill with it. I don't know if this point is BMing or this player really wants to go for to farm another one. There it is, another kill onto the Ash. Well, farming it, a snipe on Tracer is always a nice thing, but King Raptor is making the pulse bomb kills onto the Ego. Zarya now being pressured really far away. Hayes and GDB are maybe prepared to go for another double bubble dive.
Yeah, that was a huge copy from Zuko onto the Echo. Just, you know, it is one of the better squishy copies. You know, you can farm that pulse bomb and you get 2, 3, 4 out in one copy. I imagine you can see we did get him the massive pick onto the Zarya. However, he does get picked by Iroh once again.
And there's another one and another one. Now the Celestial really want to make, really should want to show off that on this last point. They also managed to make a brawly playstyle work, at least getting those picks. A really brawly playstyle. I don't know how I've come up with that, but they're just securing one kill after another really fast, I would say.
Yeah. Once again, we have 3 ults coming up on 4 for Celestial. They do have that pulse, which could be very dangerous for Yoinkers. You know, just one well-timed pulse, just taking out the Ana. Do have the nano GDB coming in.
They're troubling a lot. Zuko and GDB just being on the chase again. There's an Ana to kill him. There's a Brigade to kill him, and let's go for the even the Zarya. I mean, 400 HP, not anymore after all this work. A graph near the point. Not sure what they were trying to focus on there, but it just doesn't care that much because they have enough damage to even get the huge monkey near the point. Pressured. Well, there's enough support now coming from the Ana and from the Brigade to keep the monkey alive. So it looks like a fight where they need to back off.
Yeah, that was an interesting grab from Hayes, as he likes to call it. It was a zoning grab. But I
mean, hey,
yeah,
when you're a Tracer, when you're a Tracer, you don't want to fight near the right near the point when there's a grab, you know.
Yeah. It is the King Raptor invest the pulse, not finding too much value, which is unfortunate. But he does switch to the McCree, and again we see GDB switch to the Ryan. They're all switching to that Hayes to the Diva. They're switching to that, you know, more brawly, rushy type style comp over the double bubble, which, you know, once again is going to be a kind of a counter to their the Celestials kind of double bubble. Although they do have the grab, which could be dangerous, as Yoinkers only have a copy. They are taking that left rotation, you know, getting as close as possible, getting on the high ground.
There's Troy from Essex still to get in there, even though there was a whole brawl composition. There's the stun, there's a lot of damage. Well, let's look at the graph being near the point. There's not really something getting the kills, but Yoinkers still achieved 2 tank kills and also the Ana kill onto Aku. Now we'll be having some players being sneaky around the point. We see, for example, Mizzet and in the back There's try to get her under control. Both DPS are on the chase to her. There's a roar, so get him, and there it is. Now the Gnarled Monkey S6 troubling a lot the lineup from the Yoinkers, while the both DPS were on the chase. It's not really that much of an issue because they've got themselves here to really secure their health pool to being alive as status. Giribi gets to kill onto Kukiki with the Shredder. There's a huge bomb coming in. Guess it missed it. He just had no space to move in, blink in. Also, there's a Doom trying to secure the point, but it's not really that much to do when all his abilities are down. And some more kills with the hammer swing of GDB.
Oof, that was a very good rotation from Yoinkers, just going around, you know, getting that up in Celestial's face, you know, not letting them kind of have that space to work with, getting in between their main tank and their support, and just kind of rushing onto that backline, which is you know, quite scary as an Ana when you see an entire brawl composition just run towards you. And you know, from there on out, you know, they kind of split the team up. You know, they got the picks, and they, you know, they held up the ultimates. And from there, it was just really a staggered fight. They just need to have that right, you know, target focus. You know, clean up the kills, and you know, just get it to the end. So yeah. And once again, we saw some interesting play from Celestial, especially at the start with their team composition. I don't know what their plan really was. I suppose. You know, holding that long range ground into the dive. I suppose they probably predicted a brawl composition come in, but I just didn't end up. Orisa ball isn't something you usually. I mean, I can't say I've ever seen that very frequently, even in ranked, where, you know, see the wackiest stuff. But yeah, once again, you know, it was really unfortunate. Ego getting caught out of position multiple times on defense, and Yoinkers taking advantage of it, just getting those free picks and free team wipes, just because of one tiny position mistake. Yeah, overall, just Yoinkers taking advantage of the situation, just, you know, seeing what's up, seeing, you know, what they can use, looking for that opportunity in the neutral fight to kind of engage, doing that effectively.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the last map we just saw. Talking about the map that is being played now, it's gonna be, well, in a second, it's gonna be the dear Anubis map to CP. What else can we say? Well, some frustration for the players, some enjoyable stuff for us. Always an interesting thing. But we're going to be in a little 30 seconds break and then probably start directly with the game. And see you until then. Stay tuned.
Here we are at Temple of Anubis, both teams running that double bubble, although we do have Celestial opting for that, you know, that Widow, I mean the Tracer over the Echo, early picks.
Well, we see Mercy, a Winston, a Widow, an Echo being killed from both sides. I think equally much.
The fight's still winnable. Ooh. We have Cookie running straight onto Johnny's scrims and just wiping him out.
And also now with the team Celestial having the high ground control, at least one side is some good potential. They had to dive onto the point, having 3 or at least 2 people near it. Guess they're securing a tick with it. On Essex just holding the high ground that's going towards the spawn of the team Yoinkers, so they can't really have a widow or something near it. They're holding it, they're getting more ticks, it's going. Zuko tries to contest it. Doesn't have the ult ready, so it's gonna die with it.
That was very clean from Celestial. You know, they took that right hand rotation. You know, they kind of rotated onto the enemy Ana, and just didn't give her any space to work with, and went and just assassinated her. You know, the forced Juby kind of fall back. They didn't give the Echo. You know, Echo wants to love. She loves those outdoor spaces, which just didn't really get that. If they go right side.
And now with the ult from Essex coming in here, the monkey ult could maybe achieve some struggle for the team Yoinkers. Concentration there it is, there's the first kill onto Brigitte, but Zuko also has the monkey on his side with the Echo ult and secures the kill onto Aku. There's another kill onto Essex, he can't dive anymore, the team Yoinkers, so the Yoinkers just can continue pushing on them. Zuko finishes the Widowmaker player with the nice bombs from Echo. And it looks like they're backing off with a fresh kill, so they can reset.
Yeah, alright, interesting. So this, I know Anuba's second point isn't particularly known for its, its dive, so I suppose it's interesting to see that the double bubble being ran here. We do have Grab and a Nano from Celestial, which are going to be.
There, Essex being captured by the grab, being nanoed. The nano's really keeping him alive, but not any longer, because there's no really heal coming towards someone who's hiding behind that station. Now the grab is holding 2 players of the team Yoinkers, being killed by the force of the Zarya and the Echo. They just keep continuing trying to get enough damage onto their heroes. GDB needs to back off. There's a health box for him to stay a bit long alive. With the monkey ult, there's a huge health box for him too. That's creating a problem because now he is being shredded by all this damage output. There's some kills more for the team Celestial, and only Haze is being near the point. They have like 3 people near the point, but 2 of them are supports, just keeping Haze alive. It's not being for that long if the team Celestial just continue with their playstyle.
That was very clean from Celestial. They seem to have picked up their game, they just rotated around and, they got that very effective dive. They saw that, once again, they opened up that opportunity with the grab, or not with the grab, with the nano monkey, and just went in and just harassed the backline, and it was, Johnny Scrim's desperately trying to keep Zuko alive, trying to get that, Zuko to get that pop off. But unfortunately, it wouldn't be enough. And once again, GDB, getting a bit too confident with his monkey health, dropping down to 0. Once again, the feeling of popping primal makes you feel invincible. So it's, it's certainly something I can understand. But yeah, as mentioned, it was probably a good idea to kind of drop out for a second, let someone else touch, and get the mega underneath. However, that did not happen, and it may have costed Yoinkers point. That was really unfortunate from Hayes just not being able to touch, even though it did look like he was point. But we all know how lovely Overwatch is with its contest mechanics. Always seems to work when you need it to. But yeah, that was just overall very clean from Celestials coming in, getting in and just cleaning up, just pretty much immediately. That was a pretty quick time with 3 minutes 33 in the clock. Just very nice gameplay. It's a good step up from what we saw last map. So yeah.
Alright, now the team Yoinkers are ready, and so are the Celestials, and we see the next attack coming in.
Here we go. Both teams running double bubble once again with a tracer mirror. They do have the mirror actually. No sniper is going to be coming in this time. Um, and it looks like yeah, once again they're going to be taking that right location. However,
Oh,
Johnny's
and as he just goes in with the jump pack, he makes the finish onto the Johnny Scrim's Anna. Ego goes in, gets the Giribi Monkey and Zuko on the Echo. Well, you don't need the hit skin for getting those kills sometimes.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, Johnny Scrim's being taken out early. Is that kind of backline? He's the backbone, and without him, you know, there's no push that's going to be happening really. At least without any ultimates in that neutral, you know, early game fight. They do still need to play it slow, you know, learn for the only. Here we can see GDB feeding for that nano, and kind of, you know, letting him the ult charge. Ooh, we have missed it on a flank in the backline. Is the Tracer 1v1 happening?
Maybe it's a bit difficult. Arrow finds a double kill with the pull, not with the pulse, but with the sticky bombs caused by the Echo player. There's the E from Iroh on the Echo. Tries to get more than 2 with it, but just comes out with 1, but at least another one onto Zuko's Echo.
Here we see the power of Echo. She's an extremely strong aerial presence. You know, you don't want to let her flank. You don't want to let her, you know, get that space because she will laser you down, especially with that focus beam. You know, 200 DPS for someone under half health. That is devastating. So, you know, it's not something you really want into this. But once again, you know, we do have a lot of ultimates.
There are 2 ultimates on both sides. We see monkeys, but also pulse bombs. Both sides create a kill. But Giddy still up with 1 more still going on. Now Essex is just following with 1 more also. Like they're just both going for kills. You only see the monkeys really making the deals. And there we see Zuko being crushed by the brutal fist of the Tracer player. There's another final blow, and Arrow secures for also the final blow onto King Raptor's Tracer.
Oh, that looked very close for both teams, although it does seem that Celestial managed to come out on top with the, you know, the huge picks from Miss It. Do you indeed have a
Whoa! Also, some fast sticky bombs, Anthony, onto Iroh. Zuko finally gets one window we really need to do. The one opportunity to go in with the monkey ult is being shredded instantly. There's not that much value of Zuko, but Goodby just takes advantage of being a monkey by himself on his role and goes in being bubbled, having the large health pool of his ultimate. He just holds the choke point on the right side, the stairs, miss it on the back side, gets the pulse bomb onto him and destroys 400 HP, and with that his whole life on this in this game at least pays on the high charge. Zarya gets 2 kills. King Raptor finds the kill with the pulse bomb, and also Hayes gets the final blow onto Essex, and it makes a 3k near the point and a 4k onto Aku here.
Yeah, here we go. We can really see the mid-fight carry potential of you know, Zarya and this double bubble comp. You know, you have your monkey jump in with that bubble, you know, get you charge, and you know she's that mid. You know, then that makes Zarya that mid-fight carry. It allows her to, you know, kind of just, you know, farm energy, get that grab, and you know, just yeah, again mid-fight carry. It's just like a lot of damage.
Oh, and there's another pick from Zuko. He finds Deku just for a second, being standing still somewhere, just gliding, and it just goes for the combi. Giddy being nanoed, wants to go in. There's the boop. Oh, it annoys him a bit, but he's not being really annoyed that much, so he goes in, gets the kill onto Brigitte, a really important pick. But while that is happening, we see Essex getting 2 kills. It's the both support kills. So at the end, Giddy, you can do as much work as you want, but we just see the insane Essex crushing the back line, and with that winning the fight. Also, as always, Aru is securing a lot of damage onto Yoinkers.
Yeah, that's certainly that's a very good primal from Essex. Just, you know, just wiping out both supports of Yoinkers. You know, just removing that backline, not giving Yoinkers that utility to move on, to keep going, you know, even then. And so Now we do see them taking that left-hand rotation. They do have the grab and the pulse combo, which could be massive. We see the count, and here it comes in with a massive anti, mate.
Oh,
Johnny
damn,
Scrim.
and Zuko just takes the opportunity of this grabbed anti thingy and just spams his abilities and secures 2 kills. And with the Brigitte really, really intimidating, just pushes them back like a normal main tank. Zuko just stands there, just boops them, but secures no kill. Just too much health coming from Brigitte and Anna towards themselves here. So just stay alive while the Celestials secure the points back and without that much help of the support line.
Damn, I really thought Yoinkers would win this fight. They got those early picks. They got that huge grab pulse combo with the massive anti. Although, ooh, that's Iroh getting picked early. If Yoinkers can move in on that, that could be huge. Um, yeah, though Ego does have the grab. They do also have that grab pulse combo.
Oh, and there's a
Oh,
huge grab where the pulse bomb is not only there, but the anti was just doing so much for it. Ego is still stays alive, probably because of his ult. While we see 2 other players, and with that the whole team of the Team Yoinkers being killed.
yeah, that's unfortunate. The lack of the defensive ult means there's really no counter to that grab pulse. They can't really do too much other than the bubbles, other than I don't know, popping primal. There's not much you can do against it other than get one of your own or to go in with a dry fight. Bait out ultimates. Although 20 seconds left on the clock for Yoinkers, they have one more fight, and they have to do this. They've got the nano, and it's gonna hit the monkey.
And the nano dive hits the high ground, and Zuko just adapts with it and throws in the sticky bomb, securing a kill. King Raptor also securing a kill on the Brigitte. That's one important kill, but while that misses, secures also Brigitte kill and the Zarya too. Iroh, the Echo player with the carry potential, is just gone with this death, and Essex just goes in and says, no, I need to carry now, and goes with the 2k on his primal and miss it. Just, well, doesn't need another DPS hero on his team with the pulse bomb kills after it.
Damn, that's an amazing play from Celestial. They kind of just popped off. They realized, like, yo, what are we doing? They stepped up their game. Some very good plays from them, just kind of almost even clutching multiple positions. You see Iroh take that out with a very sneaky off angle. Just get the 2 kills with the stickies. Oh, amazing. Just not even there. It's almost as good as Torbjorn's getting play of the game with the old ultimate.
Well, it was played right. It's just
It was that's well placed stickies, I have to say. But yeah, some beautiful gameplay from Celestial coming in with those ult combos. Coming in just those early engages. Or maybe even not that, but I don't know. The DPS decided now is their time to kind of pop off. Especially Iroh, he was on it and miss it with the constant picks, especially at the very end there. I think it just kind of engaged the 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 pop off drive to like warp speed or something, man. They went crazy. They were nuts. Even against Zuko's Echo, which is we've seen is definitely a force to be reckoned with. They still managed to hold up and just kind of farm, to be honest. So yeah, well played from Celestial. Big step up from last map, and yeah.
oh, and we have a new follower to our dear channel. It's Jab, damn, OX0X Jab. Well, Jab, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Yoinkers are just built different. We see a 2-1. Actually, we had also one draw between Yoinkers and Celestial. Both teams are just doing so much and like going for insane places. We see the potential, but I think at the moment Celestial Anguish is doing a bit better than Yoinkers. So Yoinkers had this nice start at the beginning, where they really showed how they're built. But now Celestial seems to show off that they finally have a really destroying tank lineup together with the DPS lineup. Also, I think they swapped somebody in. I think Shmemble.
Yeah,
is now in.
Schmemble coming back for, I believe this is map 5, Lijiang Gardens.
Yeah, Legion. No, it's not gardens. It's control center we're playing here.
Ah,
first.
control center. Sorry. What am I
We're gonna get
saying?
to it.
Um,
A lot of maps. A lot. Of, it's fine. It's fine. It's just there's just no garden on this map. You know?
it's just no garden.
I think. I mean, maybe somewhere, a bit hidden. I mean, you have some green stuff there. Actually, I don't really see a garden on the garden map neither. So, no.
I mean, I
Is there a garden somewhere? Not sure.
probably. I think that there's like, yeah, there's like the outside bit. Outside the point, there's like the garden with the small tables and stuff. It's like a very very fancy garden. It's like more of a communal like area.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. I mean, better than calling calling this tower map Lijiang. Wait. No, wait. I wanted to maybe make up a name which just involves the tower, but the name of the map itself already has the name tower in it. And never mind. We're just gonna go in here with the game.
Right here we see both. We see yeah, we see Yoinkers coming in with a the junk sim brawl comp on this map, whereas Celestial is slightly different. Again, they're running the Hammond Diva on this map. They're kind of taking the high ground control with the pharmacy. Sorry, they're playing for that spam, which is also kind of what Yoinkers have got in the Junkrat, in the Symmetra. They kind of want to make the usually you would make the enemy Ryan's life like a living hell, but maybe they expected that and they played against that.
Oh, and there's finally a pick coming onto Brigida. Miss it is able to securing it, and there's also the barrage getting really early in, but Yoinkers still have the point here, and there's also another kill onto Essex caused by the Baptiste. Baptiste jumps high into the air, getting picked by Miss it, gets the mid-air kill just done, but Zook is just shredding after it with some nice left and right clicks onto the ball.
Nicely timed charge from GDB, just taking Aztecs on the ball. Here we see Yoinkers is taking advantage of that TP, getting up to the Ana on high ground, just wiping her out. Once again, we see them set up not as close as you would maybe usually like, since they still have that. They are playing against that dive, so they don't want to give the ball the chance to put too much pressure on the point. They are playing quite close. They do see that Tracer just rush completely onto the Tracer.
Oh, and they're going for a huge rotation where they give up the point.
It's an interesting play from them. I think they want to. I don't quite know what happened there.
They even have a TP to get there. Oh! Okay, that's the kill from Brigida getting the Ana pick. Oh! And Kiraptor interrupting the Reaver. It's trying to do so, but it is quite not on time. Aku somehow stays alive in this really dangerous position with like 4 people of the Yoinkers standing around her. Ah, now we see 4 kills in a row caused by the Celestials, interrupting the Yoinkers to have any chance to get the point back, and there's a barrage securing 2 kills when you count in the barrage, maybe 3 if you count in the Pharaoh kill too.
That's a really unlucky play from Yoinkers. I think they saw that Tracer maybe as bait. They went through and expected to find the rest of the team, but ended up just completely dry without anyone. While everyone else kind of from Celestials just kind of went around and kept the point, which is quite unfortunate. We have GDB with the Shatter, and they're coming very close to a High Noon. They do have the High Noon. We could very likely see a Shatter High Noon combo come in here, because the ults are looking quite dry for Celestial. They did end up using quite a few to win the last fight. And
there comes
here
the
we go.
Diva. Oh, and there's a Q, 2 kills. Wow. I mean, it seems like they were already winning this fight, but now it really seems to be a safe thing to call it.
Yeah, it isn't looking too hot for Yoinkers here. At 90%, GDB still sitting on the shatter. Um, you know, we see Brigida come in with a beat. The shatter catching the ball.
Now they're just really using one ultimate after another to somehow get on point and maybe securing anything. And the anything in this case is Essex being shattered and focus hard. So Fancy onto the Pharaoh. You don't need a hit scan sometimes if you have the Tracer on your side, just being in the right position. And Ego and Aku on the high ground holding a really good position. Also the rebuff here from the Pharaoh is creating maybe another option for them.
Very nice bubble from Hayes, saving GDB and getting that charge from the pulse bomb. Well, yeah, that's a very nice retake from Yoinkers. You know, just getting that early pick onto the enemy main tank and just kind of stopping that play potential. You know, the ball. You know, enabling his team to get the dives.
There's another Pharaoh. You really don't want to have this player near you when this is happening. There's the Bab field. The Bab one maybe trying to get something, but the more important one is Essex going in huge with a double kill. One of them, Johnny Scrims, the support. There's Aku being killed, the support player by Zuko's pulse bomb. There's the revive, securing the double heal line up from the team Celestial. Being ready again. There's a barrage. Not only creating damage, but more likely zoning the point. Kuki fights on the as a battle mercy. A kill onto one of the players of the Yoinkers. Only GDB being ready. He needs the point to stalling a bit more. And there it is, the Diva Bomb. Not only getting Brigida trying to get on the point, but also GDB being a bit out of position.
Yeah, that's unfortunate from It's unfortunate from Yoinkers. They kind of just they for first they gave up the point. And I'm pretty sure that was just a really intelligent play from Celestial. They kind of just baited the entirety of Yoinkers just over to server room and just kind of a flip and just took the map, which was took the point, which was I'm pretty sure that if that was intentional, I mean, well played, man. That's genius.
Wait. You mean like they gave up percentages to make a strategy work?
No, like no. I mean, like, what's it called? I mean, maybe even they gave the I don't know. It feels like maybe they used the Tracer's bait to lead Yoinkers towards the enemy team, towards Celestial, and then had the other, you know, the 5 players rotate around the other side. And then, you know, cap the point before Yoinkers can even make it back. I don't know. It's again, I'm not as good. Maybe there's not that much going on here, and it was just a slight misplay from Yoinkers, and or maybe a bit of miscommunication. Who knows?
We just gonna think of the big brain strategy they were definitely running, and yes.
You know, they're masters players. Surely they got some genius strategies under their belt. But here we have Yoinkers running the Winston Rush, kind of with a pharmacy spam. They're running a weird hybrid. They're kind of so here they're gonna want to both teams actually. They're gonna want to wait for that that pharmacy to kind of make an opening, get someone low, to allow the rest of their team to dive. They play slow here. Hayes gets the pick onto Schmemble.
Now with enough damage output, he also to the line. We see Azix trying to do some thing by maybe finding really a potential pick, but they just all really, well, having a lot of mobility abilities. So it's pretty difficult to get somebody, well, like standing alone. We don't really see a fight creating. It's a bit waiting for the right time, I think.
Do you see Hayes kind of just spamming at that Pharaoh, just pressuring her away? Not going to take as much space. Again, you know, both sides kind of split on Celestial. You know, playing that high. You know, we see interesting.
Oh, and there was also an important pick from Mizzet onto the Pharaoh first, and after that to the Brigida Mercy. At the point, we see a little fight going on with the Sombra and the Lucio, but it's not really doing that much, and we see a bit under control by looking at the Valkyrie being invested from the Team Celestial, and Johnny Scrim jumps off the map, maybe frustrated with the situation here. It looks like they back off.
Yeah, just going in for that reset. They do have okay, so we do see the switch to ball from GDB. Isn't a bad switch. It's a very good pick on this map. We do see Baby Diva diff in chat. King Raptor gets taken out early, which is really unfortunate as they are looking for that. EMP is something you want to use early on in the fight. You know, it's gonna just stagger the fight a bit more. You know, Celestial are building up that point percentage. It's getting very close.
That's the first ult, another ult, there is it, a huge EMP securing the kill onto the Pharaoh. Well, when you can kill a flying target, just nuke it down with an EMP, and Johnny Scrims gets another final blow with the fist, and gets another final blow onto the Baby Diva. Zuko gets another one with the E of the Echo, and with that the Mercy player. After it going with another tank kill, we just see just the numbers of the Team Celestial going down, but not the number of their points percentage. It's 99.
That was a very
Oh.
oh no! That's Hayes being knocked off by the Pharah. Oh, that's so unlucky. Just I don't know. I guess he just didn't have boosters. But that's super unlucky.
Oh wow, this is an important pick with the Mercy. Oh, they can just push again, and the point percentage is on 99, so they really need to contest it, like as soon as possible, because it could be the last fight now. As it gets a kill onto GDB, and now there's a barrage and another nuke trying to just get everyone going near the point. Brigida's being attacked by that and being killed. Kuki, the Mercy player, also gets a kill with the fist onto the Haze.
That is unfortunate. Oof. It seems that yeah, as
I just played to. I think personally, I think they just made it really strong. The Celestial Anguish. Well, the comeback is really for. Yeah, well, we still have 1 point to go for on Legion Gardens. Legion Tower, not Gardens.
Market here.
Yeah, this time it's on the night market.
So, we're okay, right?
Yeah.
So here we saw, that was some clean, it's a very nice EMP bomb at the end from Yoinkers to allow the retake. It's really unfortunate that Hayes just kind of forgot the boosters back up after being launched off. So that's super unlucky. It does seem that what's his name? Yoinkers is gonna opt for that. What's it called? The kind of Ham and Diva dive over maybe like a traditional brawl on this map.
On this one, yeah, on night market. On the last
Sorry?
one. On the last map or on this map now?
Oh, this map.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they also did opt for Ham and Diva last time. I don't know if they just didn't think the monkey was really working out. Which I suppose it wasn't that much. It's unlucky. It was really difficult for last map for Yoinkers to kind of get some good fights, because they just kind of got some really unlucky early picks. The Sombra gets killed early. The Diva gets killed early right before the team fight. Things like that. That's just super unlucky, and you can't really continue the fight with that to a reasonable degree unless you have a very consistent ult combo. So that's just really unfortunate. And which is well played for very, very well played for Celestial Anguish. They came in, they got their opportunity. They had the Pharah, constantly spamming Yoinkers down, constantly, just creating that pressure and doing a very good job. That created openings for S60.
Talk about the Pharah. I think, at least we saw it on the last map, it seemed like Missit got quite a bit of Pharah than Zuko, at least for this one map. Like we saw Mizzet not only getting those kills onto the Zuka and the Mercy afterwards, I think at least twice, and overall we seemed like the dogfight was more like a preferred playstyle of the team Celestial than the team Yoinkers. Whoa, that's an early pick. Talking about
Once
Mizzet.
again, speaking of, we see Johnny Scrims just getting picked early. Once again, both teams running that Hammond combo, though. Celestial, preferring to offer the kind of Hammond Sigma comp over the Diva, and once again we see Hayes switch to the Sigma as well. They're playing that meta, and yeah, we do on Celestial. Oh, it's pick onto GDB. It seems as both teams are playing it quite slow here. Whereas Celestial have the more spammy comp, whereas we have Yoinkers in the more rushy comp with that Sombra Tracer. And with Brigzen.
Okay, that looks like an attempt from the Yoinkers now to get on the point, but Mizzet just gets the backline. 2 supporters down. It doesn't look good for Yoinkers. Looks like they maybe should go for like just a regroup, but they still create 2 kills. Now also revive.
That's GDB just being launched right off the map. Unfortunate. A very well-timed coach gun.
Okay, there's a pick from King Raptor coming onto the Sigma. The barrage was being casted, but nobody is being really killed by it. And with 1 player missing, the Yoinkers can push it now. Because they have the advantage, and there's the EMP coming in, but not hitting the Zenyatta would have been really strong, but it isn't. Now it happened. It didn't happen. So Zenyatta could just secure the whole team, and with that the point is being like hold a little bit long. And now Zuko finally achieves the hit scan, kill onto the Mizzet Farah. There is a Bob to maybe annoy them a bit, to tank a bit, but it's just not gonna happen because of the hack. It's just really getting enough time for the team Yoinkers to get some control on this point. There's an attempt again from Ego to getting the huge Sigma ult, but the hack is just gonna interrupt it. Only Mizzet is being left at near the point, but being disordered, and a lot of Fury is focusing him down. The point is captured.
That is very nice from. It's a bit of a messy fight. It's an unfortunate that King Raptor didn't catch the Zenyatta and the EMP. Could have just ended the fight much quicker. Had to maybe invest less ultimates. They probably could have avoided investing that trans, but unfortunately that's just how it had to be. Both teams do have the mines. They do have Hayes coming in with a flux.
The Sigma all day generating at least some splitting off from the teams, and there's the stone, and there's the damage output, and securing the kill onto Sigma. Before that, they already had some ults. Well, not speaking about ults. The Valkyrie is a bit much.
Yeah, it seems as though Brigitte may have misjudged the situation a bit.
She just cares a lot about them, alright? She just don't.
Yeah, you gotta keep everyone healed up. You gotta make sure. But we do have the EMP High Noon from Yoinkers. That could be devastating for if they could possibly bait Celestial out into the open ground. That could be devastating.
But there's the barrage first coming and securing 2 kills. Now and also Sigma is being killed from the team Yoinkers, and so the team Celestia is just pushing and pushing. They're already investing a Bob and more. And with having enough people on the point and not really enough people from the team Yoinkers to secure the point, it looks really difficult for them now. They're investing in MP, but they don't really have a follow-up. They're just using the ults as it comes. The Tesla cannon is just a lot of damage and security kill onto Kuki. Jonas Scrim also finds a headshot onto Schmambles. Asher just keeps continuing to just have the mechanical skill to maybe get this point again onto the flag of the team Yoinkers. Ego, the Sigma is being really low, just gets a bit more damage, so the Sigma is being interrupted, and it is...
Oh!
Oh my god.
GDBC9s! That's so
Oh.
unlucky! That was... Oh, that's so unfortunate. That was very good plays, very good retakes from... That was a massive 5-man EMP from King Raptor.
But first
But
talk about Zuku's highlight, I would say, because there it is, it's happening right now. We see his tracking is on point, we see the Pharah really struggling while having this insane master play. He just coming with one damage after another, also getting the squishy, damn.
Yeah, that was a very good display of mechanical skill from Zuko here. But yeah, that was very that's some unlucky plays from Yoinkers, man. They totally had that point at the end. It's just that GDB taking his momentum out of the point gave that overtime take just enough time to kind of take down and you know, lose them the map really, which is just unlucky.
Alright, we just saw the last map from the scrim from Yoinkers against Celestial Anguish, and we're gonna try to get maybe an interview partner for today's stream in, and with that we're gonna make a little pause. Just we hope that you stay tuned for it, and it's probably gonna take like 3 minutes. Until then.